Hi, I'm going to talk to you about one quick thing and then a longer thing. First of all, new low this morning. I'm pretty pleased with that. I believe that brings me to 91.4 pounds down, I think. I've got so many numbers that I keep in my head at any given time, I can't remember. I think it's 91.4. You can see my progress on my blog if you go to my blog and then look at my next goal. So I've got 9.5 pounds to go for what I've decided will be my last weight loss goal. I reserve the right to change my mind about that, but 9.5 pounds will put me essentially where I was when I got married at 22. And I was super cute when I was 22. So that's pretty nice. For those of you who have been keeping track, October has been my month of an experiment. My lovely mate has been out of the country, and he's coming back Wednesday night. Yay! And I've lost, well, as of this morning, I guess that would be 8.1 pounds since he's left. That's a lot for me at this stage of the game. For those of you, I've been doing this for over 2.5 years, and I lost, about 2.5 pounds a week for the first bit. Then it, plateaued off and got much, much slower. So I've always been happy if I lost 1/10 of a pound below where I was last time. This has been fairly dramatic, and I will do kind of a recap of my thoughts on this. But I will say that just kind of being in my little cocoon here, I don't have to go into an office environment to work. I do have an office and I go in, but I don't have to go in there to work. Where, let's face it, every day there's donuts, Krispy Kremes, particularly in our area. Vendors will bring in croissant, and people bring in sandwiches, and there's a snack box that people can partake of. I'm not generally tempted by that, but I recognize the fact that for people who are in a working environment like that, it can be a temptation. It would be very difficult. I have a very good friend who was a nurse by training. She worked in nursing, and she said it was such well-meaning people, the families of patients, who would bring in food. Thank you for taking care of our family. And it was so hard when you're stressed out and you're working at a fast pace or whatever, not to enjoy that. And actually, her daughter is a teacher, an elementary school teacher. It's another place where it's all about candy all the time. Treats for the teachers, bringing in cupcakes and cookies, and the kids have birthday parties. So it can be a challenge. I am fortunate not to be in that kind of environment. I also don't have children at home. My kids are all, they're approaching middle age. And they're married and off doing their own thing. So I don't have that challenge. And I have a very supportive husband when he is here. He actually follows the ketogenic diet as well, not for weight loss so much, but for general health and for athletic performance. He's a cyclist. As a matter of fact, I know because on a Garmin Live Track, I could track him today. He did a bicycle race in the mountains of Colombia, where there are mountains, serious mountains. He rode for 3 hours today, and he does that on no carbs. And it's pretty cool. Anyway, he's very supportive. But he eats more food than I do. He needs more food than I do. He's a dude. He has a physically demanding job. He is an endurance athlete. And he's a dude. And he's younger than I am. All those things, he needs more food than I. So he eats more food than I do. So when he's here at the house, it's generally breakfast, lunch, and dinner, usually. And a little nighttime snack of almond cookies. I made a video about the almond cookies that I make for him. But let's face it, when they're there, I might have a couple out per batch. Maybe 4. So there's less food around here right now, has been for the month of October. I've eaten less food. I've really found that I clearly have been putting food in my mouth that I didn't need because there was food here. I mean, meals. There's food here. I'm eating every day. I eat luscious, rich, fat food. I have a big breakfast every day. It's pretty much been the standard. 4 breakfast link sausages, 2 or 3 eggs with an ounce of cheese kind of folded into it, 3 big mugs of coffee with heavy cream. 2 teaspoons per. Now, measure your heavy cream. It is real easy to do the glug glug. Those are not teaspoons, folks. Those are glugs. So I do measure. And then usually in the afternoon, like last night, I got peckish, so I had 3 slices of thick center-cut bacon. That would not suit everyone to eat like that. It suits me perfectly well. That's all I've needed. I eat when I'm really empty. I kind of go around quasi-empty all the time. That's my new normal. I like it. It's not an unpleasant sensation. I feel light. I swear I can feel myself shrinking. I've said this before, but no, this is a different T-shirt. Before I wore a track jersey that my son, my very fit son, wore in high school. And I found it one day and I said, I'm going to try this thing on. I couldn't have even seriously gotten it down over my shoulders before. And now I can wear it and it's spacious. And I went to that same high school, so that was really a nice thing. Plus, you guys, I went to my high school reunion and had a good time. For those of you who watched that little bit, I did have a good time. I'm glad I went. This T-shirt, very old. This is from a restaurant up in Faneuil Hall Marketplace. Don't know if it's still there in Boston. This is where my husband and I met. We were both working there as very young people. And this was one of their T-shirts. Now I'm here to tell you, I had this T-shirt when I was 22. And cute. And it fits perfectly well. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to segue into something else right now. Okay, to recap, I'm only eating when I really need to eat. Not just because, oh, my stomach's empty, I have to eat. No, it's not that. It's not that sensation. It's very different. And like I said, it's not unpleasant. Think about this. When you're thirsty, you don't have to be, you wait until you're actually, you say, oh, okay, I could drink a glass of water, but if I don't drink one, I'm going to be okay. You know when you need to drink a glass of water, when you're really thirsty. And FYI, you don't drink water until you're waterlogged. You stop when you're no longer thirsty. You wet your whistle. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm wetting my whistle with food. Enough said. Speaking of clothes, actually, a subscriber of mine inquired about this and suggested I do a little video on it. Clothes, not a happy topic for me. They were not. I was never a clothes horse. I was in college in the 70s, so my uniform was wraparound Indian skirts and danskins with clogs. Those of you who are about my age know exactly what I'm talking about. It was just clothes that were, it was never a fashion plate, but yeah, I could wear them. That's what I wore. They were comfy. I also don't like retail in general. I don't enjoy retail. It's not therapy for me. It's more like punishment. I'd rather take a beating than go shopping for anything. It became worse for me the bigger I got. I was quite large. Imagine I'm 5'1", and at one point I weighed 109 pounds more than I do now. I was a big person. They don't make cute clothes, as a rule, for short, fat people. There are specialty stores that are great, and they may have great, cute fashions. I didn't enjoy them. I didn't enjoy shopping, for one. I didn't like having to go into specialty stores. It seemed demoralizing. And so I slowly my wardrobe whittled down to stretchy, elastic waist and elastic ankle exercise pants, like, sweatpants. And let me tell you what's not a good look. Black sweatpants and men's XX T-shirts, which I would buy 3 packs at a time. Ugh. And when I needed to wear something that wasn't sweatpants and T-shirts, I essentially had whittled things down to where I'd grab some blue jeans off a table at Costco, size 24W jeans. The only reason those fit was because they had spandex in them. And my new uniform was kind of that, plus they have had 3/4 sleeve cotton button-up collared blouses at Costco. If I found one that fit, I'd buy it in every color. That and knockoff Danskos. I couldn't wear Danskos because my feet were too wide. So I wore that. And, I've talked about the downstream benefits of the ketogenic diet beyond weight loss. There's, inflammation is gone, my brain is back, my energy level is high, triglycerides low, HDL high, etc., etc. But, there's also downstream side effects of being really heavy, at least there were for me. And one of them was that although my personality is robust enough that in social situations things would probably seem fine, I didn't like the way I looked, and I didn't like the clothes I wore. And so a downstream of that was I would turn down social invitations, or I would accept them and at the last minute cancel. Come up with an excuse. And I hated shopping. I hated going into stores. It was demoralizing to try on something and find the biggest thing you could find and have it not fit. Or you squeeze yourself into something and you think, oh, this must be okay, and then you realize that you are a 10-pound sausage squeezed into a 5-pound casing and you look ridiculous. So I became socially more and more kind of cut off a little bit. I have a good core of friends who didn't care what I wore or how I looked. Maybe I made them feel better about themselves, who knows. I would like to think they're more generous than that, but at any rate, if you look at the top of my blog, it says how 9 chickens, the ketogenic diet, and getting out of my comfort zone changed my life. I still need to explain the chickens, which I'll do someday. The getting out of my comfort zone, at some point I decided to do the opposite, like doing the ketogenic diet. Do this. I want to do the opposite of what I've been doing. I've been doing low fat and 60% of my calories from carbohydrate and whole grains and all of that. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to eat a bunch of fat. And it worked really well. When I lost some weight, I needed more clothes. So I went, I got the next size smaller and the spandex jeans. That was fine. But a friend of mine had clued me into a service called Stitch Fix. And this is not a commercial for Stitch Fix necessarily. It just happens to be what I've used. There are other services, or maybe, if you are feeling better, you go into a store. And maybe you've put it off and now you feel better, you go into the store. So this one day I said, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to spend some money on clothes, which was not like me. I mean, if it cost more than $15 at Costco, I wasn't buying it, because another downstream thing, I didn't think I deserved it. I'm not proud to say that, but it's the truth. I thought I didn't deserve it. I wasn't good enough to spend money on. That was my thinking. No one else around me, my husband, nobody else thought that. Is what I thought. That's what this does to you when you're really heavy for a really long time. It it eats away at you. If only all that eating away would have eaten the fat, but really kind of only eats away at your self-esteem. So this Stitch Fix, you might have heard of it. It's a styling service. There's not a bricks and mortar store. You go online, you put in a profile, you put in your things that you love, things that you hate. Don't ever send me anything polka dotted. I love the color blue. Here's my size. Ooh, that was a challenge to put that down. Here's my price range per item. And they send you on your schedule, whatever you say. It could be every week, every month, every other month. I'm on an every other month delivery schedule. They send you a box with 5 things in it. You never know what you're going to get. They send everything from shoes to jewelry to dresses to jackets to sweaters to handbags, etc. I pretty much don't. I've told them not to send me shoes. I get my shoes from Zappos, which I love, and I don't need any handbags. So it's pretty much clothes for me. You give whatever you don't like, you send back. They send you a prepaid envelope. You can send everything back if you want, and you will have paid the $20 styling fee. You can send back 1 item, 4 items, none of the items. If you keep all 5 items, they give you a discount. They're pretty clever that way. So I got my first shipment, and it was comical. I opened it up. I was shaking. It was full of things I never, ever, ever would have chosen for myself. Styles and colors and textures I never would have chosen for myself. Talk about getting out of your comfort zone. There were 2 sleeveless items in there. What? Crazy? Sleeveless? I hadn't gone sleeveless in 25 years. There's a funny story about that my husband said. But anyway, he happened to walk in while I was unboxing this and laying the clothes out, and oh my God, and then I saw the price, and it was not that much for clothes, but it was more than I have ever spent for clothes. So I said, don't worry, I'm sending it back. He said, no, you're not sending anything back. I said, I'm sending it back. I can't keep this. Look at these are crazy. Red? A red sleeveless something or other? Have you met me? Look at these jeans. They look like they'll fit on a Barbie doll. Now, the jeans were too small, but he insisted that I keep them. By this point, I had lost about 25 pounds. He says, you will fit in those. P.S. Not only did I get to the point I fit in them, I wore them, I enjoyed them. They got too big, I donated them. They would be much too big on me now because I keep adjusting my size. Online, you go in and you can change things. And I tell my stylist, who is a person, cynically, I thought it might be a computer-generated something or other. No, it's a person who remembers I'll ask questions and make comments, and she'll say, sorry you didn't like the last thing like this, and congratulations on the weight loss, and I can see, and I'm thinking this would be really sassy with this. I'm going to show you a second. I'm going to unbox this in just a second. I haven't opened this box yet. It just came the other day. So, and the subscriber who asked about this, what have you done as you've lost weight about clothes? This is an investment for me. The first box was an investment for me. And I figured, well, these are better clothes. And I wore every one of those items, and everything I wore, anytime I wear a Stitch Fix item, I get a comment on it. Whether it's a jacket or a sweater or a skirt, I wore dresses. I got dresses. I haven't bought a dress. I don't know when I've ever bought a dress, to tell you. I might insert some photographs in here. Do yourself a favor, and you can get to the Stitch Fix thing. If you go to my blog in the sidebar, there's a Stitch Fix thing. If you click on it and buy something, I might get a thing, but I haven't made any money from Stitch Fix. This is just a service I like because I don't like shopping in retail, which I find to be punishment. I get my shoes from Zappos. Those come in the mail to me. But also it's helped keep me kind of away from this old uniform that I thought was just right for me. Blue jeans and 3/4 length blouses. And I've got a shape again. And I've enjoying it. And, one of the tops is kind of a leathery thing. I wore that to my reunion. I got a lot of nice comments from that. Leather, sleeveless leather with a little net thing here. Maybe I'll have a picture somewhere I can show you. Skinny jeans. Crazy. Some things are really sassy and edgy. And that's what I've asked my stylist to do. Give me something sassy. Not, it's all age appropriate, I think. I don't think I'm doing anything ridiculous. But I'm enjoying it. So, for clothes, I got rid of my biggest jeans. I did not want that negative stuff in my house anymore. Kind of wish I'd saved one pair so that I could, I have a picture of me when I was in Costco. I got a size of 22 W's and stood next to them. But I didn't want those. So as I continue to lose weight, I'm not keeping anything back, saying, well, I'm going to keep these just in case I go back up. Donated them. Shared them with other people. But do yourself a favor. Go shopping with a friend who maybe would like to get her hands on you. Oh, I would love to take you shopping. Let's go to Chico's, or let's go to Macy's, or let's go to, even if you go to Costco. Do yourself a favor. If you've lost 5 pounds, be thinking about what you're going to buy next. If you need to buy new clothes, buy them. Buy them. Doesn't have to be super expensive. Get out of your comfort zone. Try to connect with a person that maybe you were before. Or maybe a person you've never been. You don't have to go backwards. Maybe you'll be unleashing a person you didn't even know you were. I never thought I'd be wearing a leather top with high-heeled boots and skinny jeans and a cuff bracelet. And I did. And I rocked it. So give me a second. I'm going to unbox this. So here we go with the unboxing. I'm covering over the address. Don't want all my fans to go crazy over me. And this is pretty much the way it comes each time. One more cut. Hold, please. Okie dokie. So this is, looks like there's some jewelry. This is what you get. Nice little package. There's, this will be the price list, which I won't show. And this is really cool. They said, I'll show this in a second. First, I want to see what my goodies are, but I'll show you a cool thing about this. Oh, and here's the envelope that you would get prepaid if you want to send things back. And obviously there is a necklace here. And I like this. I'm pretty sure this will be a keeper. I like that. Sorry, I'm sorry for the disjointedness. I can't tell whether my thing is still... Oh my! Now that is a beautiful color. This will be a keeper. A lot of the things that I get are really silky, and I very much like it. They flow, they're comfortable, and again, it's something sleeveless. But I've got plenty of cardigans and jackets and tops I can wear this with. I'm pretty sure that'll be a keeper. Okay, oh dear. Here is, okay, I'm going to have to be honest with you. I don't know whether this is a dress or a top. If it's a dress, that is a sassy dress. I don't know if you can see it or not. I hope so. Wow. And then, oh, a nice heavy. You can't tell, but this is heavy. This is nice. This is just a deep blue and black sweater, which is going to feel really good when it gets cold. As a rule, I don't wear coats, or I wear light jackets, but not coats. So this will be great. And I'll be darned, my stylist came through. I asked her for some leather pants. Oh my gosh, check it out. Leather. I'm going to have to try these on and see whether they fit. But this is proof that your stylist listens to you. Oh my goodness, talk about sass. Now, here's the helpful fashion card. Oops, sorry. The fashion card that comes. And it's almost like, it's like Garanimals for adults. They send you cards. Oh, that is a dress. Oh my, a purple dress that would give suggestions on how to wear any of these items. And I have found this particularly helpful when I was first branching out. And the shipments will come, in my experience, with kind of colors that will go in and out of the different shipments. So if you get something in a salmon color, you might get, salmon pants one time, you might get a top next time in the family of salmon, and then they'll kind of switch over into stuff. So you get to do mix and match. And here is my stylist, Tracy, and she says, "Hi Casey, thank you so much for including your website." Oh, I put in my website for her so she could see my transformation. She says, "What an amazing transformation. I'm so happy that you loved the black top from your last fix, and I saw your request for some pants in a similar style. I found these adorable." And then she goes on to say, and so she gives out an idea what she thinks might look good. So I was really impressed, the fact that this is a real person who's reading real feedback, good and bad, and is paying attention to what I want. So there's my Stitch Fix story. Here's my unboxing. I'm pretty excited. Don't know that everything will fit. This purple dress particularly, goodness. People, look at this. Look at that. And the thing is, I can wear that into the spring. Assuming I wear dresses. Thanks for watching, and give yourself a chance to branch out. Try to do something different. If you go to my website and go to the sidebar and you see the Stitch Fix thing, and you decide to give it a go, I don't even know how it works, to tell you the truth. I think you get $25 off of your first fix, and I get something, but I don't know what it is because no one's ever bought anything from it. I'm really excited about this top. That is going to be super comfortable. And again, I can wear this all year round, if I have a jacket or a cardigan to put over it. So anyway, I'm pleased. I think all of these will be keepers. And have a great day. Go buy yourself something sassy.